Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome on in. Oh, I forgot to hide the Warframe chat. There we go. Yeah, welcome on in, everyone. Hi, Lynn. Welcome on in. Um, you all should be happy to know, I believe I have fixed the first and stars redeem. So if you all want to try those out, go ahead and give them a try. They should be fixed now, and they should be properly tracking. So let's see who gets first. Kitty has gotten first. Kitty has raised a star. Thank you for raising a star, Kitty, and thank you for being the first to test out the routines. I got them fixed today, so they should be working. Uh, and Hydrate's been working already, but yeah, I'm glad I got all that fixed. Today, I decided I don't want to play Final Fantasy XIV, as I announced in my Discord. So today, instead, I'm going to be playing Warframe. Um, Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. But yeah, yes, I did have a sippy. Hi, Cedric. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. But yeah, I'm going to be playing some Warframe today. The plan is to do some Steel Path Circuit. And I am currently in my open lobby VC for anyone that wants to join for some circuit. I am doing good, Cedric. Thank you for checking in. I am doing pretty good. Uh, I'm still getting the hang of streaming, so it's a bit of a rocky start, but I'm having fun so far, and it's pretty enjoyable. But yes, if anyone wants to join in and either yap about Warframe or preferably playing some circuit or anything else we get up to today, you are welcome to join me in my open stream VC. Uh, that is perfectly fine, Kitty, and you are perfectly fine to just watch. But yes.
I was on the internet and I found
Howie,
this
please stop being
website
horny. I
with
am
a
on
few
stream.
images that gave me some
But
ideas
yeah, plan
for
is to do some
later.
circuit today. I'm gonna just chill for a few minutes, see if anyone wants to pop in and play or just yap. But currently, right now, I am just looking at. Mag is Mag and my Tetra is not bad for circuit right now, actually. So look at circuit. Want the Furex and Furex and I'll take a strong carbine. The goal is to focus on the Furex. It's good with secondary weapons because as I've been told, it has a amalgam that gives some buffs to secondary weapons. So, but yeah. Man, currently just chilling Warframe.
I wish we could have more pets. More everything, really.
Oh, yep, I see. Just respawn down here. Alright. my partner Bray is going to be joining. She is a bit overstimulated for VC, and which is perfectly fine. So she's going to be joining us. So I went ahead and sent her an invite. I am going to readjust the chat window here just a little bit. Readjust chat to match. There we go. There we go. Believe that is good. Let's see how it looks on stream here. Okay, it's a little too big. There we go. Got that adjusted. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some circuit. I am going to take a look at my mag pool right now, actually, and make sure. Yeah, my mag's just good to go, especially if I have my Tenant Tetra.
I knew Mir could probably get a pizza here fastest. But watching Letty try not to steal a bite on the way here would be much more fun.
Right. Yeah, I could also check my Styanax and see. I think the only Glaive Prime's alright. I'll check, make sure that's good and built first. I
Sunscreen.
think the only thing I'm not gonna have fun with is my secondary,
No
but
proof you're immune to sunburn, is there? Let's not find out.
Glaive Prime. How do I have it? Oh, I can max out my melee influence. Nice. I didn't realize I could do that. Melee fortification. Well, got a good chance to upgrade some arcanes I've been sitting on. Duplicate. Upgrade duplicate. Upgrade animosity. Cool. Cool. Total damage. Let's see how this is. Not much changing there. What's my other melee weapon option?
More coffee. Oh, you'll do too.
Tomcat.
It's soundproof in here, right? Oh, I hope so.
Send me a re-invite. Let me see if anyone else is popping in soon. I believe we are waiting on one more because, yeah, my friend Char is reconstituting into a human being, and then he'll be on. So we're gonna wait we're gonna wait a few minutes and just chill out a bit.
Hello.
Oh, hi Char. Welcome welcome in, Char jump scare.
Oh, fuck.
Let me shrink the reactives down because more in case people join.
I guess I have the wrong reactive on right now.
Me grabbing the Warframe reactive. Yeah, there we go. as expected.
I need to make another one. I haven't played Loki in a bit, so.
So real. Oh, Bray has Titania for circuit. It's Jover. It is Jover. Send you an invite. Don't know if we're getting anyone else, so might as well just go ahead and queue in. I'm my mag and my Tetris. I should be fine.
I downloaded us a movie for later. You wanna chill?
Saren, Zaku, Hydroid, Rhino, and Corvex for me.
Yep, I have my Incarnan selection, so I am Gucci. Cavalry. Okay, we are on public. I couldn't remember if we were or not. Should have been, because I was doing public stuff earlier. Oh. Hello, Delir. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid, honey. And welcome on in, Lobster. No, what was that? I didn't hear what that's... I don't know what I got notified for, but I did not hear it. I did not see it pop up. Oh well. Thank you for the star, Cedric. Thank you for the star, Delir.
God fucking damn, these rolls are not giving me anything for fucking abilities. I'm not gonna be using my gun, I'm playing Corvex.
Oof.
Hold on, where is my build set for the right one? It is. Okay.
What the fuck happened to all my Tetra mods? What the fuck? Oh.
I believe
Are you on the right
years weigh a
config?
little lighter on me
I forgot I had
The other
formatted
side
it
has assisted you
recently
many times.
and forgot to put
Points
all
and
the
laughs,
mods.
points and laughs, points and laughs.
is where you may repay
Forgot to put
them
all the mods
with
back.
blood.
Just use the default build.
The default build is
Oh, Hemer. Nice. This is sarcasm, by the way. It's like, okay. It's the most mid gun ever.
Caliban Scythe. Oof. Only I had Caliban. The default mods for Tomcat are slightly better than my current config for it. I think.
Alright, are we good? I'm gonna roll.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
go.
good. I'm just gonna grab my sidearm. I'm just gonna grab the Sestra, because I don't care about my sidearm. We are good to go. Yeah, don't worry, Delir. I know you've had a long day at work, so you can just feel free to rest and just hang out.
Crucibles. Bizarre contraptions left behind from the time of Scholar's Landing. Master their alchemy to understand the elemental forces you
Oh,
use.
I'm
Locate a crucible.
I may be not super bright. I misinterpreted which weapon I had in my circuit. I, for some reason, thought the Tetra was my Archoplasm Lord.
I'm gonna say, like, I don't remember you using the Tetra, but I didn't question it.
Your enemies
I had
the
a
crucibles need.
dumb dog moment.
Retrieve them. Even in the undercroft.
It's
Toxin and
fine.
cold create a
Sometimes
viral
I am
elemental force.
silly. Sometimes I am silly.
10 billion radiation flux beyond you! Drop your balls!
Drop your balls.
Up, fleet-footed, let's go!
Hell yeah.
That's analytically really good for Korvax in this build, because you are so slow.
You know what? My Tetra is doing moderately okay right now, so I guess.
Hey, keep in mind this is circuit, just get some gun stuff and you'll do fine.
Yeah. I'm also using the grenade launcher a bit more because it's just a big burst of damage. Thankfully I have some armor strips,
And
so
throw
it's...
it at the crucible.
Oh, right, it's an alchemy, got it.
It is indeed an alchemy.
Does this. In my defense, I cannot interact with things when I'm using my attack.
Nah, you're all good. I forgot as well that I could be picking stuff up, so...
Where are all the cold ones?
That's what I'm wondering.
They're all the way up in
Yes.
space.
Thank you for the star, Chief.
Oh, you know the one I really want? I really want to get the decree that increases ability strength based on armor.
Oh. Corvex has a lot of armor? Genuine
Yeah.
question. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. God, I can't wait to play Araxia. I've been saving up Forma so I can work on her.
Make sure you also have a potato sitting around. If you do the glyph thing for this week, it has a free gold potato as the reward.
I should do that. Definitely should do
You
that.
understand now. Again.
Oh, viral twice in a row? Okay.
Whether on your
It's
weapons or
quite
in the
viral.
crucible, toxin and cold amphors will create a vital
Anyway.
elemental
Anyway.
I was wondering why that guy was in the before. Scott Mantle on it.
I forgot we had a random for a moment.
Yeah, we have a Trinity.
Hell yeah. Why did I say it like that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're very excited for what ostensibly is just a healer.
Yeah, why did I say it? Why? Am I having a
But
strong...
you're more of an Eleanor kisser than a Letty kisser.
No, I'm an owie kisser.
Well, either way.
Why am... To be fair, I'm just a girl kisser. And... What do you mean I can't use the Gemini emo?
You can't. No wheel right now.
No, like it's using the emote, it's just not changing the skin.
Oh, I don't know then.
Weird. I'm just a general girl kisser, to be fair. So I have been thinking about breaking up with Aoi and dating Eleanor instead.
Damn, alright. If you do that, at least, like, reset the timeline so they don't get upset at you.
Yeah, that's fair. I have been considering it though.
No, you would have to redo all your convos. Though I suppose that isn't as bad nowadays, because they've got the entire thing mapped.
Yep. I think I want to at least get my combos with Flare, Kaya, and the couples therapy done.
You haven't finished that?
No, I've been procrastinating on it.
Homie, it's like 10 minutes every day.
Yeah, I know.
Girl.
I am a really bad procrastinator. I don't know what you expect.
Yeah. Boxing now. Okay.
I imagine the long-departed scholar would have been impressed with how you've wielded his crucibles today.
Delir, what the fuck is those emotes for? Oh,
Do
survival
not
max.
expect me
Easy.
to tell you when to stop. Judge for yourself.
Fleet-footed, let's go! Fleet-footed!
Your presence is enough to hold the paradox at bay.
I
But
don't
the
want to get any
environment
of these.
itself will fight to choke you
Ah,
out.
fine, I'll just take Spawnful. This is kind of useless to me, but... The game really wants me to play a gun platform build in this run, but I don't want to, because I'm not playing a gun platform frame.
Yeah. Also, Delir. I am the Eeper, but all I heard was Warframe.sfx when I put my headset back on.
Ah! No! I spawn. I don't want to talk about it.
You have made me realize, Delir, I need to set a way to filter out links. So thank you for reminding me on that. I knew I was forgetting something to filter out. 11 loading a full Setstra clip into a bubble and then collapsing it so it just explodes. My the Setstra is actually doing a bit better than my Tetra. Oh, I need the decree that reloads when you roll.
Life support drop imminent.
No, dude. You keep trying to hit me. It won't do anything.
Life support is limited. It must not be squandered.
Okay, the mag bubble is a little fun with Tetra. Tenet Tetra. So I don't have to worry about missing with the grenade launcher. It just hits. Oh boy,
Yeah,
void
it's void
blood.
blood.
We have a Titania, it's fine.
But leave you must, for the
Alright,
Undercroft
let's
is
see.
inexhaustible.
These are all
Paradox
still
has
kind of
drawn
useless,
void
but I'll
angels
just
to
pass them the
besiege
Mansa.
the Undercroft. Undo what their claws have done, or Duviri may fall to something worse.
Orb. I want the orb.
even
Give me
than
the orb.
Thrax.
Orb.
The void can heal as well as harm. Gather the floating spheres and take them to the ruptures. If the Void Angels break through the wall, their master will be freed.
Found
Do
last
not
fragment.
allow that to happen. Fight on. Close the ruptures as you would staunch the wounds of a comrade.
Just think of a rubber.
Ow,
Again,
fuck.
kind of risk to oh! Hold on, I'm coming.
My rolling guard did not guard.
Void Angels are unrelenting. You are all that is keeping them at bay. Hold fast.
I wasn't looking at my
Breach
screen.
has been
I'm being assaulted.
Excellent
rude.
work.
You know, I was kind of wondering, damn, why do I have so much health? And then I remembered that we have a Trinity and our path increases everyone's HP, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Yep.
The smallest breach in the wall may become
Oh, defense.
a gaping wound.
Yay, my favorite!
Yeah.
This isn't even an exaggeration. Fucking stop giving me!
Will you lay your sword aside and rest?
I'll take that. They keep giving me weapon stuff!
History
Whoa,
dictates.
weapons.
No,
platform.
what weapon
Amino
stuff?
acid was destroyed
Weapons
in a grave
platform
set
upon
It's
next to
he's
the
not even
cause.
really a weapons platform. The
Let us
only thing that he
rewrite
has
the
that
event.
boosts weapons is increased punch
Enemies
through, which is like
incoming. Stand fast.
only on guns anyway, so it's useless in melee. No, that's not true. There is technically fall off, but I think it's specifically melee fall off rather than punch. I don't remember. Anyway. I'm still not fucking. I refuse. I'm playing my laser and you cannot stop me. Do I want to give everyone extra critical damage, extra rerolls, or do I want extra damage based on when I'm moving? I'm taking deadly momentum. Sorry, I'm being selfish.
Real. I would have taken it. Token? And
Token.
Token.
The winds blow fiercely. The rains do not relent. Still, the stout bough stands.
I actually have no idea if the buffs even like affect this because like I don't know if they're universal like Arachne. Well, I guess Arachne technically isn't universal. It's projectiles only. Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Your resolve is being tested. Do not falter. Prepare yourself. A fresh wave approaches. Like ashes, the enemy has been
It's going to be either excavation or yep.
Yeah.
The only two ones we have left we haven't cycled through.
advise you not to be content with
Excavation
merely
is-
I don't-
doing enough.
Rolling, fucking finishes. I'm gonna kill myself.
Useless machine with no
Strong call.
business here. Dispatch it and move on. A warrior must strike where the foe's armor is weakest. First, bring it down. Then work on keeping it down. Avoid the beams. You have an opportunity. Take it. The foe flees
Stab.
before your onslaught. Hunt it down. Turn your fury upon what is vulnerable.
Ah! I forgot there was a thing to fall down.
Char, look out, there's a hole. Oh, deadly
I don't think
momentum.
Envy is on there.
Take care, kitty. Sleep well.
Oh, I can just sit in this, can't I? Yeah. I'm fucking invincible!
Your title card.
Yeah.
It has support.
Here, huh?
Change your focus.
Heads are down here.
The foe has fallen.
You want
Stab it to the heart.
sure, We'll stab it in the heart.
Skill has
Proceeds to
triumphed
stab it in
over
the head.
mere machinery. You have done well.
Next turn.
It is my duty
Exterminate.
to make extraordinary demands of exception.
Ooh, close contagion. Yes, please. More radiation procs.
Nice, nice. Jesus Christ, Bray.
That was, yeah.
That was quick.
I'll take Licinia's in the off chance I get the one that applies viral.
Hell
I also got the thing where it's like enemies affected by cold have increased damage. It's like I wish I could get this, but I don't have Licinia's just yet. Yup, I have fallen.
staggered, but not yet defeated. Persist.
Having said though, I still haven't got anything that really scales my damage, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
The one I really want is the thing that sacrifices a shit ton of weapon damage for ability strength.
Oh,
That's the
shit.
best one for me right now.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it has not shown up yet.
Fortunately, the game
I've gotten the
said-
sacrifice crit damage, crit chance for crit damage, but
The game has decided to say, fuck that guy in particular.
yeah, well, it is what it is.
It is Warframe.
It's socket. It's all up high wall.
I have War. I have War. I love cutting him off. Like, no, you're not allowed to speak.
You have calmed the storm. Return to the world.
Excavation,
This
yippee!
struggle goes on for as long as you can stand. Secrets lie buried deep within the Undercroft. The Paradox provides the
More
means to
useless.
extract them. You must protect the
Stuff.
excavators and keep them powered. Extractor charge expended.
You think the
Marking
Corpus
void
and
treasure
Grenier
extraction
debate
site.
amongst themselves which Warframe is more terrifying?
Extractor deploying.
I have no idea. They don't really talk to each other because they hate each other's guts.
An extractor requires power. A new void treasure may now be extracted.
Oh.
Enemies are assaulting your excavator.
And it sure is.
Extractor in place. Void treasure location established. An extractor is out of power.
Hi, Bray.
Oh, hi, Bray. Welcome on in, honey.
Hello.
Hello.
I am no longer as overstimulated as I was initially.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better.
Turns out hyper-focusing on something helps to tune out a lot of other things.
Yeah. It does. Love you, Bray.
Love you. Do this. Goodbye.
A way out is now open to you. But
Alchemy
the buried
time.
riches are here for the taking.
Dominus Thrax, you rat whore! Give me more ability strength.
Extraordinary demands of
I'm
exceptional.
gonna let your fucking shit get rocked when Weaver drops.
True Tenno understands how to combine the elements coursing through their warfare.
Oh, there's the decrees already.
Prove yourself. Find a crucible.
You got a
and
Titania.
the
Of course the
M-Force
decrees are
it
coming in
needs
quick.
to create
Yeah.
a complex elemental force.
Corrosive grit.
You found a crucible. Now, liberate the necessary amphores.
God, we're already at 687 level.
Cold and
Forgot how
electricity.
fast this
Are we?
These are
Yeah.
the amphores you see.
Yep.
I haven't been
The
noticing. I've been getting
circuit
really good.
scales really fast.
Yeah. I've been getting really good melee decrees. So I'm still just tearing through them.
Oh,
I
I don't
have
believe it when
a-
people say they never do anything regarding higher level stuff. But, you know, that's a different bit of discourse that I have against a bunch of people, but whatever.
Cut the
No,
enemy
you're real for
forces
that.
down.
I should
Take
probably
the
come back over to
amphores
the Crucible.
And hurl them at the crucible.
Perhaps.
Fast as fuck, cold. Fast as fuck.
I got Kexat's Pounce as one of my first decrees, so I've just been
Nice.
slowly accelerating.
Yeah, I got fleet-footed as my second decree, so that's why I'm skittering around on Korvax despite using my 4, which slows me down. It cuts my speed in half.
If I have a fun little silliness going on with my decrees. I have 300% magazine capacity, and currently, whenever I kill an enemy, I have a 10% chance of refilling my magazine. And so I've
Nice.
just been, whenever I get a big crowd, I've just been tossing my Tenet Tetra grenade into it. I got like a
That'll do it.
70... I got like a 70 million grenade hit off of it.
As one does.
Turns out, explosives. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm getting 1 to 2 mil double exclamation point red crits off of my melee. It's
nice.
this shit is like crack.
Being like crack, we should probably throw more amphores into the thing.
We should probably throw more crack
Yeah.
into the thing. Thankfully, it's Teshin telling us to do alchemy and not fucking Fibonacci.
Be nice to him, he's just a fish.
He's just a fish, yes. But the way
He
he
is
talks...
also in another universe is a vampire.
Yeah,
Listen, he's just trying to be efficient.
honey.
Don't
Honey.
merit that with a response.
Honey.
It does not
Okay.
deserve one.
Darling.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I thought it was quite clear.
A new element is born. Find the next crucible.
Oh my god.
Toxin and cold are the seeds of the viral elemental force.
No, I think it was a little fishy.
We're just making fish puns for the halibut now, huh?
Codby.
That's a stretch.
It was a stretch. I had to try.
Ah! My bones!
Yeah, bones.
Ah, I got fucking thraxed. Jackass's mind. I'm trying to do Amp Force. Asshole.
Yeah, what I was saying a minute ago about Fibonacci. I'm sure Fibonacci snorts the samples when no one's looking.
It's crazy. I actually kill faster with my melee than my guns right now.
Yeah.
Melee build moment.
Melee moment. I've been having OC brain rot all day.
Yeah?
Yeah. Been thinking about the robot girl OC I've been working on.
Oh.
Replicate these
So
elemental
the main gimmick
combinations
I've
as
decided
you
to go for
modify
with
your
her.
weapons and warframes.
So she's designed to, you know, not look like a
Will
warforged.
you lay your sword aside and rest?
And so she has a flesh, quote-unquote flesh covering over
The
her
longer you can
endoskeleton.
keep this undercroft manifestation
And
active,
she's you
the
know,
greater the
a small,
gains for the
cute
other
little
side.
dainty girl. But she can summon a big fuck-off sword. And so the gimmick I went for is basically a reverse magical girl transformation where she summons her big fuck-off sword and just she ends up reconfiguring and splitting plates apart. So her endoskeleton becomes an exoskeleton of big fuck-off armor.
That's a Gundam.
The intention is this small, dainty little girl turns into evil-looking knight.
Yeah. Is there a fucking decree frag?
I still got to design the armored appearance of her, but
Yeah.
I am-
It sounds really cool.
yeah. I did a little height comparison thing. Normally she is 4'5", but when she reconfigures into armored form, she is 6'8".
Oh, a lot of growth.
Yes.
Hello.
Love
Hoot.
It's the Durg.
Oh, hi, Torin. Welcome on in.
Hey, love.
Char, Braid, this is Torin. He is he's an old friend of mine. Torin, this is Bray and Char.
You couldn't see it, but I did a gay little wave.
Oh, that's great, because I did a little wave too.
Hell yeah.
Wasn't a big one though, just a small one.
Prepare to receive your
Oh, fair.
You have
Where's this
60
goddamn decree fragment?
It was an autistic little wave.
Real.
Yeah. But yeah, Char is one of my friends, and Bray is one of my partners.
Oh.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. The Char, the menacing
life support
bug,
will be scarce.
and Bray, the little
Do
dog
not waste it.
Bugs.
bugs. The Char is more of a computer bug than bug to bug. I appear to be down.
Yeah. Sure do.
Well,
What's
given
the
what the
life
next
fragment?
frame is, I feel like if you're into Warframe, it's better to be a computer bug than the other kind, because Warframe practically glorifies computer bugs, but the next frame is something that would hunt and eat bugs. So,
Yeah.
better to
It's
be
really
the computer
fun.
kind of bug in this context.
Really fun that they're like, oh, we're not considering arachnophobia mode, and I look at the fucking demo and I'm just like, huh, I really wish you would consider an arachnophobia mode.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like making that work would be hard, and that's why they're not really considering it at the time. But also, like,
It super wouldn't
maybe
be.
don't introduce something themed around such a common phobia if you're not willing to do that hard work.
Exactly.
It would not be that difficult. Like, arachnophobia mode is just a model swap for the specific summons for Araxia.
Right.
That's all it would
Now,
have to
see, here's what I would bring up though as like an actual reasonable excuse for DE potentially. I don't know if they've brought this one up yet, but like with the way that fashion is in Warframe, it's been possible to make something that would trigger arachnophobia for ages. Like I've had my Titania done up in a cosplay of Arachnid from Transformers Prime.
The thing is
Forever.
that the thing that is triggering Bray's arachnophobia is not Araxia themselves. They did a good job on that one.
The spiderling things,
it's the
yeah.
spiderlings, which is nothing to do with nothing to do with
Right.
the fashion itself.
Fair, but the thought was not complete. If you give me a moment, because there have also been little creepy crawly scuttly things for a long time with like Nidus's maggots and stuff.
doesn't
So
trigger it.
like,
They are shaped in
It's
a
interesting.
different enough way, and the arachnoids
that's
also
fair then.
are shaped different enough.
Okay, I was going to bring those up next. So okay, that's fair. So would making them have less legs, but still like referring to them as her spiderlings, like making them have like 4 legs like the arachnoids tend to, would that be enough?
They've already got only 6, if I remember correctly.
It's
Okay.
It's the shape
yeah. It's
The
Okay, so the
bulbous,
overall
like,
shape being
body
too spidery.
is
Gotcha.
the issue.
Gotcha. Okay, and like, by the way, I totally get it. I can't handle realistic spiders. Warframe is just stylized enough that from what I've seen of like the clips of Araxia, it doesn't bother me. But if it was like even a little more realistic, I couldn't handle it. So I get it.
yeah.
I had a very stressful encounter with a spider at my new house recently. Actually,
Oof.
but I
Alright.
dealt with it.
Rip.
600% extra ability strength for 50% less weapon damage. Let's go.
Woo! And I ain't getting
What frame are you playing? That's
Corvex.
that you're getting that on. Oh yeah, that's tasty.
Reactor Man.
Time for free overguard.
Time for free overguard.
Concrete Man does not care for weapon. Concrete Man is
What
weapon.
happened?
Oh, we're over 1K. That's what's happening.
Ah, that'd do it.
I'm just chilling.
Number big.
Enemy level big. I've just
When
not
the
been-
number's big, things die. That goes both ways.
Yes.
Skill issue. Can't relate.
Apologies if there are
I-
weird noises. I'm trying to extract ice cream that's buried at the back of the freezer.
Understandable.
Raspberry brambles in our backyard started to have some berries ripen, so my mom picked some earlier, and I'm gonna put some raspberries and some French vanilla ice cream and have a lovely little dessert.
Nice.
I want that bowl. Give me that bowl. Give me that bowl. Come back here. Oh, I picked up a decree fragment. We haven't picked up the decree fragments!
Shit!
We did pick up the degree fragments.
Wait, yeah, we did.
Fight on. Close
You
the
sure?
ruptures
'Cause it's
as
coming
you
up on my
start
screen.
the wound.
I just found
I-
found one.
It sounds like you
we
missed one on
gotta-
a previous wave, and then when you started out, somebody found one, and you thought you found them all in the current wave. That's happened to me a bunch of times before.
That's what happened. Yep.
Fucked up.
Yep.
Oh, fucked up.
Sorry!
I-
So, you know, Corvex's 3, how it puts like a ring of like stuff around you?
I
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah, the little ring of no status. Oh yeah, you have so many of them now because of the strength. Oh, right.
I just have a fucking halo ring around me, I guess.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh man, the noise suppression started to cut it out, but I hope enough of that got through that it still
It
worked.
did. It
Good.
did.
Good.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The rupture is closed. The paradox.
You
That is
see it,
a
Frank?
fucking. That is a fucking Stargate ring transporter.
That's even better. Oh.
The Goa'uld are taking you. You cannot resist it.
I really hope that they give Corvex something else for that ability though, because it really does way too little.
Oh no,
Like they've done a lot of good work on the rest of his kit, but
it does more damage, but the weird thing about Corvex is that he scales more in range than he does in damage, raw ability strength when it comes to that ability.
that's
and enemy
wait. The
density.
range scaling thing, that's his 4. I'm talking about his 3, the protective plates.
Oh,
Like the plates
the
don't do
protective
enough, is what I'm
plates,
saying. They need to do a little
yeah,
more.
But I'm indifferent to it. I like anything that has status immunity, including knockdown immunity. I think it's knockdown immunity as well, yeah.
That's
so-
totally fair.
Because like for example,
Just
like for example, like Titania's 1 is just personal status
Yeah.
immunity or AoE status immunity
Yeah.
plus
Like-
damage. So.
I'm not even asking for much though, just like some little extra thing, and then they could give him an augment that makes it really do something fun later. But like just some little extra thing, because there are so many ways to get status immunity that an ability that has that kind of maintenance that goes into it, like that requiring like either an energy cost,
Well-
you have to cast it twice to get full charge right away, or you have to maintain it very particularly. And granted, it's not hard to maintain, but still, it's an ability that needs to be maintained. To only give status immunity is kind of lackluster, and they could make it do some really nice little things, like, oh, when it blocks a status, you inflict a radiation proc on whatever would have inflicted that status to you.
See, on the one hand,
You know?
it would be nice. On the other hand, it's Corvx himself doesn't really actually benefit from it much, especially since most people run the 4 where you're invulnerable anyway. But it's more for the fact that it is a AoE party status immunity, which, unless you're a frame that gives overguard, there isn't actually that many frames who can do that actually build range. Like, for example, using Titania's
point.
example, you don't build range on her really, like, unless you're wanting to play a buffer on her.
For
Which is
as long
fine.
as you can stand. Many defensive battles within the
So that is a very
Origins
fair
lost.
point. I would like to note though that the frames that do give Overguard give it so much, like it's so much and so easily, and Overguard is doing more than just status immunity. So that's kind of my point, is that like there are frames that can give status immunity through Overguard, and because through Overguard you're getting more with it. So if another frame's ability is just going to give status immunity and not the Overguard, it needs to offer something else to kind of balance out.
See, that's more of an issue of the fact that Overguard is overpowered, but also the only frames that can give AoE Overguard is Frost, Dante, and Styanax with an augment. There's actually not that many frames ultimately, and I guess like
also needs
technically.
an augment for it. So yeah.
Wait. Yeah. There's not actually that many frames that can offer it. The most common one is probably going to be Dante, but that's just more an issue that Dante is overpowered than an issue with Corvex. And that could also be applied to a lot of things. Like,
Well, but that's why my
okay
suggestion for something else on the ability was a little thing. You know, just that little radiation status proc kickback. You know, just something small like that, just to make the ability feel less one note, and then they could make it do actually cool stuff with augments. You know?
I don't want them to do anything with augments. I'm gonna be real. You're already basically forced to run an augment on Corvex, and he already has 2 of them. The fact that they keep adding augments is honestly a big problem. As someone who used to play Nidus, Mr. I have like 5 augments, and you want to put at least 2 on each build.
I get. I play Gyre a lot, and she has basically 2 mandatory augments now, so yeah.
So like, and again, I don't really mind the overlap between frames because ultimately you can only have 4 frames at a time, and there's always going to be a frame that can do. There's always going to be a frame that can do something better. Like, why would you ever play, like, a lot before that fucking changes, like, a lot of the things I would often see in, like, YouTube comments and posts, like, why would you ever put effort in doing this when insert frame can do this better? And the answer is, because I want to play something else. So I don't personally mind it.
So my thing, I wouldn't give a player crap for wanting to play a different frame, but I will give DE a little bit of crap for not making the other frame like comparably good at a job. That's my
the
perspective.
problem
If you want to
with that
play
is,
the
again,
other frames, cool.
For example, I got into an argument on the forums when Temple released, with someone who said that Temple was underpowered and needed buffs because frames like Saren and Harrow were better weapon platforms. First of all, a bit of a weird argument to make in the first place because Temple is an exalted frame, not a weapon platform, but you can play them as a weapon platform.
I mean, they're kind of a weapon platform for their exalt, but that's still a different thing than just a generic weapon platform.
It's more along the case of, like, a lot of people ended up saying it's not the fact that the frames are underpowered, it's the frames are balanced and the frames you are talking about are overpowered.
Yep.
Is a problem. They do need to nerf a lot of frames. There's a lot of meta frames I want them to get rid of, and not even just Wukong and Revenant, the usual people in these arguments.
I'm real. Wukong's dealt with already, in my opinion.
The frames I think need to get nerfed. It's just a case of they don't like to do nerfs. They've never liked to do nerfs. It's taken this long for Slime, and also if they were to nerf those popular frames, the community would get into such a pissy fit that it would be annoying. Like when they reduced Dante's range, do we remember how many people complained about that? And he's still like
hold on.
frames.
I need to bring a little bit of reality check to that, because that's kind of reducing it down and dumbing it down to a point where you're kind of strawmanning the argument of the people that were upset about it, because it was not just the issue of the reduced range, it was that they took something that wasn't line of sight and made it line of sight at a time when line of sight checks in the game sucked, and it was the community backlash that forced them to finally overhaul line of sight checks, and those changes benefited so many other frames that were considered underpowered for having the shitty line of sight mechanics. So that backlash to that nerf, because it was going to cause issues with a buggy, bad system in the game, basically crippling the frame's performance, and that backlash drew DE's attention to that being the real core issue with that change, caused a ton of other frames to get brought up.
thing is that they're extremely selective about that, because we also have another example with Valve here now. And they're not changing anything about health tanking.
Well, they might now at least. That's, to be fair, a lot. That's a very complicated
No,
thing. that they
Pablo
have
has
to rebalance
outright
a lot of
stated that
other
he does not want to touch anything when it comes to that kind of stuff, because it would basically require a full roster rebalance in terms of health.
Yeah,
So health tanking
that's
is
what
not
I'm
getting
saying.
any buffs.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah, they can't do anything yet, but that realistically they have to at some point. And I think that at the very least, the Valkyr thing is drawing their attention to how much the community really does want that to be done. So, you know, hopefully sometime soon. At the very least,
Honestly, I'm gonna be
listen to
real.
more
I'm
about
not.
the
I'm
Death
not.
Gate, but Valkyr hasn't
I'm not
adjusted it.
expecting them to do it at all. With my like 8 years of playing, they do not like to touch that kind of stuff when it comes to players.
I'll put it this way, I don't expect it this year. I think them at least acknowledging plans for it next year is a realistic thing. I think it's going to be slow, but I think they will do it.
I honestly don't think even like next year. Again, the health system for players has remained basically untouched for the existence of Warframe. The most recent change that we had regarding our stuff is shield gating, and that was several years ago. And that isn't so much of a... They didn't rebalance anything else around it. It's just that shield gating made level cap stuff more consistent. So I honestly, I'm gonna be real, I personally don't think that they're ever gonna change it. At least not in like a period of time where I'm probably still gonna be playing Warframe.
With how
Because,
much they've been
again, if they
improving the
haven't-
game in the past couple years, I've gotten a lot more optimistic about it in general.
They at
It's
least...
more of a case of it's not really a high priority. Whilst a lot of the community would like it to be better, it's not something like, for example, like the new player experience, which does actually affect the bottom line, because more people who drop out earlier on means less players. But ultimately, VE is still a company, and they want to make money. So
Absolutely.
right now, the number of endgame players where shield gating versus health gating is an actual argument is really low.
I advise you not to be content with merely doing enough.
Yeah.
I may be sounding like a Debbie Downer, but like, I'm gonna be real,
The
that's
problem
also
with
kind of
health
like my...
tanking, the problem with health tanking is that a lot of frames that seem like they're inclined to health tanking for newer players, like, okay, let me put it this way, because you're talking about the new player experience, right? And how important that is to their bottom line. I agree. So here's my point with this. A lot of frames that new players might get early on look like they're more inclined towards health and armor, but in reality end up being shield gate or other forms of invincibility spam frames for actual survivability. Just to give an example,
So,
Excalibur Umbra comes with Umbra polarities. You think you want to use the full Umbral set, but actually the better survivability on him is shield gating and spamming /dash iframes. Like, that is the more viable form of survivability.
there's a very
A new
notable...
player,
I was just gonna say, there is a key part of what I said here. It's specifically in the part where endgame players are up to that point. In base Star Chart and base SP, health tanking is actually more overpowered than shield tanking because of the less maintenance you need to do to maintain it, because you just base tank it. You don't do anything, you don't need to interact with anything. Shield tanking actually ends
So-
up being more difficult. But,
so yes, in a lot of cases, but let me continue with the example I was giving though, because it actually specifically addresses that. With Excalibur Umbra, I'm gonna be real, I absolutely hated him and refused to play him for a long time, not because of the passive. I know a lot of people hated him because of the weird stuff with his passive. I had no problem with that. I refused to play Umbra for a long time because in Steel Path, basic Steel Path, with the mods that I had when I reached it, the full Umbral set, like health and armor tank approach to survivability as Umbra was not enough, and I could not survive. And it's a frame that is clearly angling towards that with the way that it's presented to the player when they get him, and yet that survivability method doesn't work in early Steel Path for players who are just getting into it. You can say, oh well, it's easy to do, but for players who have all the mods and stuff, yeah, sure. For players who have all the arcanes and stuff, yeah, sure. But for players who are actually just starting in Steel Path, that's not the case.
Say that, but you can do a basic health tanking setup. You just need to mod the sword, not the frame itself. And I will say a big part of the issue actually with Umbra was less so that, oh, he's super angled towards shield gain, which you can argue, yes, that's the case. But it's more that he was suffering from, I don't have enough stats in anything itis. Kind of like what Oberon is right now. This is coming from someone who actually played Umbra quite a bit, and the other two can actually
Yeah.
can actually say this. I played
There-
Umbra quite a bit even before they updated Slash Dash to have you be full immune instead of just health immune, which actually prevents you from shield gating. You were always in a position where you can build full survivability. It's even like with the, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the mod that you put on weapons where you restore HP based on status effects. That combined with
Healing
Chromatic
Return.
Blade, it's decent enough. If you have Arcane Reaper, even better. Obviously that one isn't like a compulsory, but that one increases the survivability a lot when you're doing that kind of stuff. But I digress. It was a case of you had to choose between running full survivability and, you know, not dying, but then you wouldn't do any damage because Exalted Blade was weak. And then you could choose to do damage, but then you're sacrificing survivability, which again is one of the key issues more with health tanking, that it requires a lot more investment than shield tanking, which just requires like an Augur mod and an Arcane or Brief Respite and an Augur mod. Just like 3 things if you're feeling spicy, and one put Aegis on there on top of the mods.
And a lot of frames have built-in stuff to help it, and then you only need one thing.
But I digress. That's more of a key issue with the concept of health tanking itself, which again has problems. But when you get to like level 100 or something, just the healing, and you don't even have to really shield gate, just press your 1 sometimes and move around. That was in my experience enough. I was able to do solo, you know, Steel Path, survival, endurance stuff on Excalibur, and eventually, you know, people who do build for Excalibur didn't even build for shield gating. They built for immunity frames, which is a different thing. It's just kind of built into the frame itself. You just build range, and then you're just immune whilst you're slash dashing. This was also when you had to use stat sticks anyway, so to optimize Excalibur, no matter what, you had to be kind of in the end game stuff because you had to have a ceramic dagger in Kanon or a Magister if you were using the Magus. I don't remember what it's called, the heavy attack blade one. The bug for that, you were basically already going to be pivoting to one of those two because, again, like I said, Slash Dash made it impossible for you to shield gate because you didn't gain enough shields to compensate for the fact that you're still taking damage to your shields when you were dashing. They changed that. And
Did they just cut off for anyone else?
Australia moment.
Australia moment. Also, thank you
But
for
yeah,
the star.
I'm gonna skedaddle
Brian.
to bed.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah.
Good
Take
night,
care.
honey. Love
Good
you.
night.
I think Charm may have exploded. Oh,
They're almost back.
my fucking headset's been dying all day. Anyway.
Oh, well, it seems you're
welcome
back,
back. Good news, everyone. He's back. I think.
now. Maybe. You good there, buddy?
Just give him a moment.
Okay, I think I'm just back for real. Sorry, it's my cable. I need to get a replacement. But yeah, anyway, TLDR, you couldn't shield gate back with old Umbra anyway. That's a relatively recent change. You had to use either health or immunity. Those were the only ones that you could actually play on him. Technically stealth if you ran Slash Dash as well, because you could run Shade Prime, but that's another can of worms.
My point was just that as someone who went through the process at the time before even slash dash was any good, it felt like Umbra is clearly pointing you to survive with armor and health by having the Umbral polarities and the Umbral mods being what they are, and then
Good.
couldn't actually survive that
Can't
way,
hear a
and it was
peep.
infuriating.
Think of what
I
they
think
can't hear
in
from
that
us
case,
now.
it was more of an issue of saying, "Hey, here's the Umbral mods. You should use these," when they're not
Need any fixing up?
that
It's also
great.
to be noted that Umbral mods are more easily accessible. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
not
I ate
easily.
too
It's not the right
fast.
term. Early than Archon or Primed.
Yeah.
And they also have the set bonus, which increases the efficiency of all three of them when you have triple.
Yeah.
So for base star chart, a triple Umbral Umbra is more than enough, especially if you modded the sword right.
Yep.
Early Steel Path had problems, but again,
don't pay for
that's
internet,
more of a fault with
right?
Excalibur being a frame that struggled in every circumstance, not just the survivability. It also
Yeah.
struggled in damage because it just did a lot less damage than
That's
mag
fair. So
and
then you
bolt.
couldn't really invest enough in either because of it. Yeah.
Yep. My
That's, I think
I
that's
get
more
what you're
for
saying.
Excalibur himself.
Led me to
Yeah.
you.
My Umbra
Thank
got
you, life.
carried me through all of base star chart all the way up until New
It's the
War.
party of your lifetime.
Like I used Umbra all the way up until New War released. Howdy, Lynn. Thank you for the star.
I'm just at a point where I'm like, why do they keep making frames with any kind of mechanic
Don't
relating to,
laugh, but this
or like stats inclined
This is
towards
the
large health
happiest I've ever
pools,
been.
though, if like they're gonna make that a worthless way to build? You know,
There's
like, if
a
they're gonna
surprising
keep
number of
pushing
people who
out
don't
frames
play
like
Steel
this,
Path at all, apparently.
That's what I've heard.
well, yeah, I guess
One
that's
of the
that was
things
kind of
words,
exaggerated
they do grip
terminology
tight
there on my
lips.
part,
Have
but
you ever felt
like you get what I mean, though. Like
Never mind.
I'm not saying every frame has to be meta, but I think every frame should be capable of clearing every mission. Not necessarily being good at it, but every frame should be capable of clearing every mission.
Yep.
You should
Oh.
never feel like you're being punished for playing a frame you really like the aesthetics of, you know?
Real quick.
I was on the
Yeah,
internet
thank you for
and
popping
Again,
back in.
obligatory Nidus player.
with a few
Unfortunately, with some kits, it's not even like a
images that
question of
gave some
survivability. It's more just a case of,
later.
again, you always have to balance offensive and defensive stats, and when it comes to Nidus, your offensive and your defensive stats force you to plant, so you are bad in anything that requires you to move. Valban as well. I play Valban as well a lot lately. Love him the bits. Super fun. If your teammates start running around, your damage output goes out.
Can't you do some funny stuff with the Tesla Nervos augment and just kind of run around as a weapons platform primarily? Like throwing the cheap little tether mines and attacking the enemies that are pinned by that. Like, I know it's not great, but Valban does have some stuff for run and gun. He's not in as bad of a shape for that as Nidus is, at least.
I think Char might be cutting out a little bit. While y'all are continuing this discussion, I'm going to BRB real quick to the restroom. So I will be right back.
I really need to get a fucking better cable.
You all...
I bought two,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what the second one went.
Chat, behave for Torin and Char. They're going to continue their discussion while I be right back.
Fortunately, I cannot observe anything chat says if they try to contribute to the discussion, so...
There was, when I bought the cabling for my headset, I bought it in pack of 2, but when they delivered it, because they delivered they shipped it, they dropped it, not on my front door, but they shipped it into, not my neighbor, but the neighbor next to my neighbor, and it was also in the middle of the night. So I had to do the extremely sketchy thing of going in the middle of the night to my neighbor's neighbor and then just sneaking the package off their porch and leaving. Apparently, a couple days later, they started asking my roommates, "Hey, did you guys take anything from our front porch?" which was really awkward.
Hmm. See, so I have neighbors now. Or I didn't really before because I've moved into town where I lived outside of town, right? Um, and neighbors across the way at least have like a little smart camera thing. If that ever happened there, at least I would just like look at the box, find where it says my name, just like hold that up at their camera and like tap at it, like, "Hey, it's my thing," and I'd like take a picture of my phone and text it to them too, because I
It's
have like
partially
phone numbers of like all my neighbors
It's partially the issue
already.
is just that we actually don't have a mailbox or a front plate yet because my house is not actually done building. There are
Oh.
four of us. We are living in a house that is actively under construction because one of them wants to sell this house. And they were like, "Hey, could I ask you guys to live in here so I can get a tax? I think it's like some sort of like tax thing. Because residential homes technically don't need to be like taxed on something versus brand new homes. So they're just like, can I ask you guys to live in here for a year so I can get this exemption?" And I'm just like, okay.
Mm.
And now
You're basically
half the
living.
time,
I'm assuming you're like living rent free in exchange for that or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So you're living rent free in exchange for giving your friend a tax break. That's pretty good.
But
It's
it's
kind of
kind of
obnoxious to have to
frustrating
change
sometimes.
address stuff though extra times because of that.
Yep. It's also annoying because half the stuff in this place doesn't work or doesn't work properly, and we have to keep being like, "Hey, we don't have hot water."
Yeah,
But like,
that's a problem.
oh no, there's a fucking clamshell in this one.
Hmm.
Trying to
Oh, would you like to hear about the scariest problem that my new place has?
that.
Um, so I don't know how familiar you are with like electrical standards. Um, I don't know how different they are between the countries in this case, right? But this house was built like 100 years ago and was kind of like half-assedly updated like 20, 30 years ago, maybe, in a few ways. So it's pretty behind the electrical code. Um,
Nice.
it doesn't have any main disconnect or main breaker to shut off the power to the whole house in an emergency.
Interesting.
There's no room in the breaker box that's currently installed for a whole home surge protector to try to hopefully prevent such an emergency. Um, there are grounded like circuits that are run into this breaker box that's old enough that it doesn't even have a ground, so they're just run to the neutral of it instead. As I mentioned there, it doesn't have a ground, and nowadays you're supposed to have actually two ground rods in this area at least.
All right.
Um, so yeah. Oh, and the thing that they did is like kind of a means of grounding. So back in the day when all the pipes were metal and conductive, you would bond the electrical system to the pipes so that the pipes themselves, because obviously they go through the ground at some point, would act as your ground. They updated some of the pipes, patchwork kind of here and there, to PVC. Once you
Mhm.
break that continuous run of connected metal, that breaks the bonded grounding. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So we got to get
The
a
old place
new
I used to
main
live at,
breaker panel put
uh,
in.
the old place I used to live at, if we used a dryer, the entire house would shut down.
Oh, that's fun. The place I moved out of, we basically couldn't have more than one kitchen appliance on at the same time, except the stove was on its own breaker, but like
Oof.
anything else, like you dare try to microwave something while someone had the air fryer going and you didn't notice?
One of my
Beep
raid
off.
members in Final Fantasy XIV we have a running joke because every time the microwave goes on in her place, her internet goes out.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Every time it goes out, and then we just like anytime she has internet issues, we always joke she's like, "Oh, is someone microwaving?" And then half the time it's actually a yes, because she lives in her house with her family.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm working on stuff with the internet here still. Like we have Wi-Fi and I got like a business grade Wi-Fi thing, like something that could cover an actual like decent size store. So it has plenty of power and signal strength throughout the house, but it's like one of those multi-point Wi-Fi things, right? Where it's got like the extenders that are baked in and are actually like their own entire routers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna arrange that Wi-Fi mesh so that it stretches across the house and then into the garage to cover like the garage and the shed and the backyard. Right now I just have the one, but I have two more like units to set up.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end
Welcome back.
stream. Yeah, I've been back for a minute.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna end stream here.
Oh.
I am starting to not feel great, and I'm going to listen to my body and take care of myself.
That is good. Self-care. Don't forget to hydrate too.
Yep, I've been hydrating, but my body is not being happy right now, so I think I'm gonna call stream here. And we're gonna raid out. So thank you all for joining me. We'll definitely pencil in some more Warframe at some point, probably next week.
Yeah.
Definitely in 2 weeks. For Isle Weaver, but maybe next week. I'm
Oh.
not sure.
Well, thank you for telling me. I haven't been keeping track of it, so thank you for telling me how long I have till that update comes out. So I know I got to get my
Said
PC
that-
at least set up enough to play that by then.
Yep, it is.
I think it's on 24th. They said was the release date.
24. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
24th.
Yeah, that's about
I'll probably be
week
streaming
and a
the
half-ish.
Wednesday after that for the 25th for the clan ops, but yeah.
E.
Thank you all for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the VC here while I send my raid out. Thank you again, and you have a good evening
Okay.
or
Explodes.
morning for you, Char.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, Char left already.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. All right. For those of you still watching, we are going to raid out now. I am going to raid out to... Let's see who's on my following list. I have not... I know who we're going to raid out to. I have not watched this person's content in a bit, but they are a decent creator. We're going to raid out to... pronoun checking real quick. Alright. We are going to raid out to Tourmaline Hazard. She is a slime girl VTuber. She's currently playing Resident Evil 7. For a raid message. Raid message. We're not going to do raid message. I'm not really comfortable with raid messages yet. But we're going to raid out them. Moment. Right. Alright. Raid is being sent off. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening or days. And you be good now. And take care. Bye.